وين كان البوت؟
Can play the video, okay? The audio is the line. Can you check from your YouTube?
Jadi bagi melakukannya, bagi memastikan data alumni Universiti Putra akan lebih terkini. Bagi pihak universiti melakukan alumni Marilah kita bersama-sama melakukannya bagi memastikan data alumni Universiti Putra akan lebih terkini. Kita sentiasa mengalung-alungkan alumni
Please you can check now.
Hello, 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 hello. Is that clear now? So we can start now, right? Okay, we'll start. Okay. আমাদের বেশিরভাগ হচ্ছে অনলাইনে হবে, কিছু আছে ছিল বাইরে দেশে আসবেন। আমাদের অনলাইনে অলরেডি so we can start now. Feeling okay? Okay, Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to say thank you and warm welcome to our today's session. And we also would like to express our deepest apologies for the technical difficulties. So first of all, we would like to start our today's sessions by recitation of the Quran. I mean, thank you so much. Those of you who are joining from online and who have attended physically, I would like to welcome once again. So at the beginning, I'd like to request to the technical team to play the national anthem of Malaysia and UPM song. Nice thing.
berbasis amanat, berilmu berbakti, setia mengisi harapan, insan bertakwa berunjuk.
Can you show the screen?
Berpadu tenaga mencapai kejayaan, sehati sejiwa berhebat tinggi. Malaysia, pembina wawasan gemilang, Universiti Putra Malaysia cemerlang, semarak namamu di sinar zaman, semerbak namamu di suatu penyumbang bakti ke anak bangsa, pewaris sejati negara tercinta. Ramai serta bersama citramu semoga berkanan, di darjat bangsa, di daulat negaramu, bencana kemajuan.
To this forum. Today we have our invited speakers, Mr. Musharraf from Federation of Musharraf, Federation of Bangladesh. So welcome to Malaysia, and I understand you are coming for another national forum at Sunday Hotel tomorrow. So I hope your topics we discuss, and I think it's very the topic HR. I think is the prospect for future businesses. I think it's very timely. Is that I think with the pandemic we have here, I think human resource is very important in order to turn around the industries so that the country will get into the economic growth game. So thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Maybe this will contribute to us to learn you from the various countries, so that we at the universities here, the students here, probably can listen on how and take some pointer from you, so that we can discuss this topic, so that the whole world will cover current crisis and become more developed in the future. So I think thank you again. So we hope to listen from you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raihan, for the lifting remarks. Now, I'd like to pass the microphone to our today's main resource persons. Before that, let me introduce him with you. MD Musharraf Hussain is the award-winning, internationally renowned HR professional and speaker who is the recipient of numerous national and international awards, including the Lifetime HR Achievement Award 2013 from Bangladesh Society for Human Resources Management, Lifetime Achievement Award 2017 from the World HRD Congress, and Global HRD Leader Award 2017 from the Malaysian Institute of Human Resources Management. He earned his master's in Human Resources, major in Leadership and Organization Development from the University of Calgary, Canada. He is also a PhD scholar. Currently, he is the head Human Resources Management, ICDDRB. Mr. Hussain is the founder and president of the Federations of Bangladesh Human Resource Management Organizations and the president of the Institute of People Management, Bangladesh. He is the past president of the Bangladesh Society for Human Resource Management and the past president of the Asia Pacific Federations of Human Resources Management. He also served as the board member of the World Federation of People Management Associations from 2004.
Talk on what would be the business prospective in future and what role HR can play. As you know that any business, no matter it is profit or not profit, it fully depends on the capable human resources. And with the HR professional, we call all resources minus human resources equal to zero resources in the organizations. So from there I'm coming, and I have some slides I'm going to present for you. And then after the presentation, there will be, of course, an opportunity for you to ask me questions if you have any questions. Okay. Coming there.
It's already shown over there. That's it. Can you say the first one? First one with the can you please continue from there because this already shown from here. From here is already shown everything. You can present.
I can do it
Yeah.
from here.
Yes, yes, sir. You can
So
continue.
how the audience will see.
Yeah, they can see from the estimate. They can see, but this one is connected with that one. Yeah, this one can see.
situation. So there will be disruption. You see the disruption over our own cars, and transport system has been taken over by Ola or Uber. So you see the new way of transport systems are coming up nowadays. You see the grocery shop, grocery shop here, we have a shopping mall, and people are going there and getting all this market. The traditional libraries are also disappeared, and now everything on your tab. You see today's situation, people are relaxed. They are rather interested to listen from the YouTube or any other technological device. So that's the reality of the current time. So the library needs to be digitalized. You cannot have a manual. Is at home. So our doorstep delivery.
Can you hold this
In
one?
the classroom, they would like to have a device connected, and they can have the classes from buses, classes from the street, from house, and from anywhere from the world. As you have learned, I teach in the university. Last year, I was in Las Vegas for 2 weeks, and I taught all my courses from sitting as Las Vegas in America. So that is possible. Previously, there was a situation that we suspended the class and then a backup class. So there is no need for this kind of situation nowadays. You see the disruption in communication and media is also there. A lot of social media has emerged. Now that you see, most of the social medias are free. The telephone business disappeared. Instead, WhatsApp, Messenger, and all this business, they all of them are free. So if you are telephone industry, you have to think how will it survive. You have to have come out a new technology. So in this situation,
Can you hold this?
business you have to collaborate, and we have to do the innovation and create. Otherwise, we'll not be able to. The way dinosaur disappeared from the world, big business will disappear if we cannot do the transformation and innovation and collaborativity. Think about Nokia. They did not take the right technology on time, and they disappeared. Instead, iPhone, Android technology they have taken, and they are now leading to market. So you have to adapt and take the new technological adoption on time. If you wait, somebody else will be taking your place. So this is for the reality. So we have no way but to go for a technological innovation. If you see in these slides, there are old way of doing the business, and there are new way. Our old way was maximizing the profit, global marketplace, standardize the offering, slow delivery of the goods, consumerism, and positive customers. But the new way is totally different. We have to have a power first. we have to have a local and global collaboration. You cannot no more survive only doing the business in Malaysia. You have to go out of Malaysia, Europe, America, Asia, rest of the Middle East, and the business should go on demand. You have to know what is the demand, and then based on the demand, you have to have a business, and you have to share your equipment. Sharing approach was not that much exist in the past. Now that you have to share, even nowadays, many organizations they send their employees to the support to work for other organizations, learn new things, come back and adopt those. And we have to empower our employees because the new millennium, they are enjoying the freedom and autonomy. So if we cannot give them freedom and autonomy, you will not be able to get the optimum services from the millennial generation. You see, the innovation and creativity is not a magic. It is not a magic. If you see, Facebook was innovated by an engineer. Alibaba was innovated by a teacher. Was by a college dropout. Book MBA graduate. So this way, you see that you don't need to be have a proper education. Your mindset, your thinking would help you. Look at the college, university dropout. Bill Gates become the richest person of the world. But the Harvard dropped him from the university, and this Harvard gave him the PhD degree once he became very successful. So this is the reality. Degrees is not the requirement. Requirement is your innovation, your creativity. Innovation means something which never exists in the world. Innovation means a new idea. Innovations means you have to have the intelligence. You have to have a solution of a problem. You have to have inspiration to the others, and you have to have the creativity, and you must have a vision. If you have all these things, then it is innovation. Think about the innovation of electricity. It solved the whole world's maximum problem. The world was exist without electricity. Can you think of world without electricity? In Bangladesh, in many other countries, we have the shortage of electricity, and this may cause fall down of the government. So, how come we can survive without innovation and creativity? World is changing in every moment and second. If you see the culture change the whole world, we had no prediction, no idea what would be the look like the came of it, but many business they just disappeared due to COVID. Many business they have done serious business on COVID. Innovation, if you see here, these are the containers. And China, during COVID time, they have built a hospital with the containers. This is an example of using the resources with your innovation and creativity. You can come up with any kind of product which is necessary. You look at the collaborative economy. In the whole world, particularly in the Asia, we have the more young generation people. Thank you for putting it on the slide. More young generation. What has done studies? And this young generation people are not interested for profit. They want to see a purpose. They want to see what society is getting benefit. It's not like baby boomers or X generation people. This young generation, business but they would also like to have a purpose and a social services. You see the sign of collaboration. The Uber, the Pathao, and all this, every resources are there. If you have a car during your free time, you can give it to Uber. If you have a motorbike, you can use it for making some income. And most of the government has accepted it. So we are ensuring optimum utilization of our resources, whatever. And this has created a great source of income for the young generation. The next one is the personalized products and goods and services. People appreciate for ready-made product, but now people are more interested to have the product according to their demand. So we have to make sure necessary raw materials and we take the order and serve. The way nowadays in the restaurant you go and you order and they'll cook and they'll serve you. And this is what the situation in most of the business now. Even if you order a car, they will cater your requirement. You want this shape or that shape, they will make it. There was a time, Toyota means they have this one brand. It is no more. They are even customizing based on the demands of the customers. So we have to remember that one size no longer fits in all situations. And everything is on demand. You see the over Google, eBay, Walmart, all the big companies, they are surviving. Why? Because they are making sure on demand. You see the introduction of Uber and other things, and these are the things nowadays are become popular. If I have no appetite, no matter what delicious food you are giving me, I'll not eat it. I need to have it. So we have to have our demands. We should know the customer and accordingly. Slide change. So let's not call the customers. What we have to do? We have to do partnership with the customer. We have to share. Customer will be one of our stakeholders. We'll be working with them to serve the customer, and customer is here to help us to grow as a company. That should be the mentality. Otherwise, we will not be able to survive. And that is what is going on. So a sharing approach, collaborating approach. There was a time customer is in one hand, company is another hand. There was no relationship. But these are no more working. The young generation, next slide. The young generation are not like the older generation. They want empowerment. They are not only willing to carry out your order. They want to know what you want and they will make it for you. It's not that you go left and then right turn and then left turn. It's not the situation. You have to have a purpose. You give them the autonomy and freedom. Only then you will get out of box services. And that is necessary. But many traditional companies, they are not comfortable of giving the empowerment, freedom, and authority to the young generation and the frontline people. Remember, this young generation people have more exposure on internet and new society, which we do not have. So we have to empower them. We should not undermine their ability and capacity. So what would be the anatomy of an enterprise? The next slide. The anatomy is very simple. We have to make sure our brain is working. Our mouth is working by which we do the communication. Brain is giving you the idea. Our mouth is communicating that idea to the people. And then we have to have the trust. We have to have, as I mentioned, if I do not have the appetite, no matter what good food you are serving me, I am not going to eat it. And then you have to have a dream. You have to stand on your dream. And you should look your investor. You should look for opportunities. You must have the eyes who can see the future, maybe 20, 30, 50 years down the road. So ordinary people will see only maybe a couple of benefits. Extraordinary people, they will see 50 years ahead. And then you should your customers. Your ears should be open. You should listen your customer. You should listen your colleagues. And you must have a heart. You must have a passion. You must have the empathy and sympathy to your people. You should be able to put yourself on the shoes of others. And finally, keep them going. So these are the different anatomy of the entrepreneurs. If you cannot have all this 8 anatomy, you will not be able to be successful in your business in terms of innovation, in terms of creativity, in terms of success. So getting a need that only you can feel. So creative future scenario planning. We have to have a scenario, how it look like, how Malaysia will look like in 50 years time. And then what are the problems we are facing now? Can you change the slide? So once we have the future planning, then we have to see what are the current situation, what are the problems we are facing now, and then how we can solve the future problems. Problem will be there. We had problem in the past, we had problem now, we'll have problem in future. So we have to have a focus on how to solve the problems. And we should take learning from our lesson from the past and current and plan the future accordingly. Next slide. But we have to have a speed. Future is very, very speedy. A speed like saucer. Many business owners, entrepreneurs, nowadays our airplane is not sufficient for them. They want to travel from Dubai to US in 30 minutes time. They have to have the house in Dubai, work in New York. That is the speed in future should be. And I am sure you will find in 50 years time, people are traveling from Iraq to America and third time. Possible. Those days are coming. We had no idea what would the internet look like. We have no idea what electricity can change the whole world. The same way, when I was very young, we have seen people coming from Bangladesh to spend 6 months for traveling. Now only 6 hours. In future, it will be 6 minutes. This is what the trend. When we have seen 6 months converted into 6 hours, now I believe that 6 hours can be converted in 6 minutes. That is the speed we need. So, business equation, if you want to be a successful innovation, you have to have the right process, and on top you have the right people. People are the source of competitive advantage. Your business will be competitive if you have the right people in the organization, if you have the right process in the organization, and on top, you have the right culture in the organization. When I am saying the right culture, that culture is the multicultural. I mean multicultural means men, women, transgender, disabled, national, international, Asian, African, all should be able to work together. And we should nurture and culture the culture, a multicultural environment in the organization. So, type of business perspectives. There are different types of perspectives. A major head configuration. Next slide. Configuration, offering, and experience. Under configuration, we have 4 perspectives. Profit model. End of the day, business need to make profit. Nothing is free in the world. And then we have to have a network. Physical network and network through internet. We have to have the right structure. Many organizations have a very tall structure. These are not working. We have the flat structure and we have the right process. Long process is no more working. We have to have a very shorter process, maybe one-stop services to the customers. And then when we offer our product and services, that should be performance. That should be unquestionable. Our products system would be unquestionable. And then what would be excellent? We have to have an excellent services. We have to have an excellent channel of working. And one example, many products of different multinational company, if you order, which country you are ordering, you will get the product on the same day. That is the channel I'm going. It could be an Amazon.com, an American company. If you order from Malaysia in the morning, you will get it in the afternoon. So company need to cater the daily services. If they take 5 days, another company may take over. And we have to have the right brand. People are comfortable for the right brand. You can see that in Bangladesh, I have seen the same T-shirt you can buy 200 taka. If it is a brand, it is 2,000. So 10 times more because of your brand. And creating a brand is all about your right technology and right process. And we have to engage our customers. As I mentioned, you cannot get, you have to engage your customer, otherwise they will not be helping you. Customer have 101 choice. As a company, you have not that many choice. So there should be a system of saying always yes to customers. What is not possible today may be possible today. That is the mentality of the customers, of the company. So what we have to do? Next slide. What we need to do? Next slide, please. Okay. Please change the slide. So, what we need? We need a good idea, business idea. You see, Mark Zuckerberg come up with one idea that created the Facebook, and that has changed the whole world. So, business idea is very important. Idea comes from your creativity. and your passion. You may not be able to do a creativity in a single day. You may have a 5, 10, 11 failures. At your 11th attempt, you will be successful. I was in USA back in 2014 and had the opportunity to visit the Space Center, NASA Space Center. And I have found that in order to go to moon, they have 10 attempt failure and a lot of casualties. But in the 11th attempt, astronauts are being able to reach to the moon. So imagine if they stopped trying after 10, that discovery was not possible. And we have to have a vision. Business plan cannot be only in your head. It will come from your head, but once it is coming, you have to write it. Because if you don't write it down, next slide. If you don't write it down, it is not going to be possible to translate to the other people, to communicate to the other people. Once you have the idea, write it down, communicate it to the next people. Next slide. So, a proper digitalization is necessary. World become digital, and a proper digitalization and digital DNA have a 5 aspects. One is to develop digital change management strategy. Organize the change readiness. Many employees in the organization, they are reluctant of change. They are not interested for change. Rewire the difference between digital transformation and legacy business. We have to customize the change communication and finally integrate training and learning into the dynamic nature of digital transformation. So, learning and training should be a continuous jobs in the organization. That is what is absolutely necessary. For that, you need a business team. Different geography. Team must be globalized team. There are a lot of meetings, even the UN General Assembly meeting nowadays is possible in the online, which was impossible during COVID time. What we have seen that the UN General Assembly was even held through digital platform. Next slide. So you need a proper demography. There are 5 generations of people nowadays in the world. You have a traditionalist, you have a baby boomers, you have X generation, you have Y generation, and most recently you have a Z generation. Who only knows technology? A Z generation is people who are there are people in every country who are born after 95. They will never ever work without technology. Future is unforeseen. We have no idea what is the future. We had no idea how COVID-19 pandemic that has changed everything. And that COVID pandemic is not the end. We have no idea what is coming up in future. So future is very much unforeseen, and we have to always ready to face any kind of unforeseen situation. And we have to survive in the competition. Competition should be with the right technology, not like this, that you will just participate in the competition. It's not possible. In Bangladesh, we have 2 renowned person who made some innovation. One is Mr. Khan, who has changed the whole learning system across the world. 128 countries has adopted his learning system, which is not a traditional system, very innovative system. And Mr. Fahim, he has introduced the Patao in USA, and now you see the Patao is being used across the world. With the existing resource, how people can make business. In Asia, 60% of the population are from Asia. So Asia should be giving the leadership in the business. But in reality, it is not the case. America, Europe are giving the leadership. Why they are giving the leadership? Because of their brain. Why we are not being able to give the leadership? Because our people are unskilled. They are not innovative, they are not creative. We have a lot of unskilled people, or people are giving the services to those innovative people at the leg level. So, if you see the highest mobile penetration in Asia, but none of the companies are from Asia. So you see, we become subject of the business from American and European countries. So we have to work up. This is the highest time for work up. So this is my presentation, brief presentation, and I hope you have learned something how future business look like, and any business, its success depends on the innovative and creative people. Your ordinary business will disappear, extraordinary innovative business will appear. Thank you very much. So, any question, comments from anyone?
Just to have some clarification.
Yes.
Your equation, the model innovation and feature the process plus plus culture. But the culture part is multiple. Why you put multiple rather than plus?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You put the equation.
Multiple means it will not be one side. It will be actually, it will cover every aspect. Like,
processes as well as
yeah, it covers everything. That's the reason it is multiple for us. Because you see, culture become fundamental part nowadays for the business. If you do not have the right culture in the organization, you will not be able to do the business. And that's why it should be multiplied. It's not a class only. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the enlightening talk. So, is there any question, the audience panel? Anyone want to ask any question? Okay, so what is now?
I have a question.
Yes.
Based on your presentation, you made mention that the future is uncertain. We don't know how the business environment will be. Based on your specialization or professional expertise, can you hint us if you have any idea on the anticipated business future?
Yes. Sit down. The future business will be more on technology oriented. From my view, as I have mentioned that we have to cover the whole world, only one country business, one region is not sufficient. We have to have a local and global coverage. So any business should integrate it with the technology. Otherwise, it will not be. Look at food panda. It's merely just serving you food. This is a global company. How they are doing the business? With the technology. Look at the offer. You have a full guaranteed. The moment you enter in, there are 3-4 places, pictures and others are going. And you are safe there. How it is possible? With the technology. So any business, be it real estate, education, it has to be integrated with the technology. The major universities of the world, they have a sandwich model of their teaching. You can do your master's, PhD, postdoctoral degree, even undergraduate degree using a sandwich model. Some part of the education at the university face-to-face, and most part from through the internet. So this is what is going to be happening in future. So many business in our parts of the world are not yet integrated with the technology. So they will suffer. And service industry will emerge. Service industry will emerge. You will find for every services you have a company in future. In our boyhood time, what we have seen, if you have a wedding party, the parents need to organize everything. Now there are different companies, you just offer, they will make it according to your choice. So service industries will be emerging, technological advancement will be emerging, on-time demand is emerging, more customer focus product and services will emerging, customers and company will make the partnership. So those are the futures in my view. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody asked online from the online participant, Mo Adam. He said, do you think artificial intelligence analysis could have effects in business development?
Yes, as we know that we are now in the fourth industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence and machine learning are going on. It has significant impact in the business. I can give you a simple example of the artificial intelligence and machine learning. There was a time bank used to disburse the money through their cashier. But artificial intelligence, now we have ATM machine on the street, and they are giving the money, taking money, giving the money. But that does not undermine the human capacity. It is the human who has created this artificial intelligence and machine learning. Future days will be, people will find the system through using artificial learning, and machine will be solving. Many restaurants nowadays, they have the robotic service table. If you order from the kitchen, they will give everything on the table and just program, go to table number 10, and it will go and serve. So those will be coming, will give us a lot of comfort, but will not take over the job of people. But we have to upgrade. We have to have more innovative and creative work than the routine and ordinary work. That is what the transformation we need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, is there any questions in the YouTube chat box? Anyone want to ask any questions?
No, I don't see any other question.
Okay, so that's all got more questions.
With the development of technologies, I think in the new world there's emerging problems like scammers. How do you see that this will have some counterproductive impact on the future growth of the businesses?
Yes, it will be counterproductive if, as I mentioned, that we have 5 generations of working, and young generation represent maximum. Young generation represent maximum number of the people. It will be counterproductive if the people like you and me, if we are not coping ourselves in the new technology and the new situation, because about 70% people in Asia are young generation, and 30% of the workforce are still older generation. If those 30% older generation cannot cope up with the young generation, and if we do not have the harmony between the older generation and younger generation, that it will be a big problem. And this is happening in most of the Asian countries. So we have to have a good lesson that time has passed. Now that we have to adopt technology. In your time, there was no technology. I have done that technology. But in my university time, there was no computer, no technology. Imagine that I didn't know anything. Even not invite. So that's transformation is necessary problem, because you cannot stop the digital advancement. You cannot stop the of the world growth of the business and the transformation. So what is our choice? Our choice is to adapt ourselves. World will not fit with me. I have to fit with the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So if we have no more questions, then I'd like to thank all of you for joining from different places in the world, from the YouTube channel, and we're extremely sorry for the technical difficulties. And some of you have asked about the certificate of participation. So based on the registration form, we will send you the certificate of participation. So at this time, I'd like to request Young Barnakia, Dato Raihan, to come on the stage to give the token of appreciation to today's distinguished speaker.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. You are invited in Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah, no. This is the reflection message on the session.
Thank you very much. Yeah, did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Well, we cannot run away from the union.
Yeah.
That's true about itself.
So that's then.
So that's about all, right?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
So we'd like to thank again distinguished speaker for time, efforts, and contribution to make this event successful. Of some unexpected technical difficulties, we faced some unavoidable situations, and therefore we really saw this inconvenience. And we hope that next time we'll get more participants. So with that, I'd like to conclude this session here. So thank you, everyone. Please stay safe and take care. Assalamualikum warahmatullah.
Yeah.